Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The one message you need to hear, not just for today, not just for tomorrow, but for the entire year ahead. This is the only motivational video you'll need to hear in 2024. I know what you might be thinking, another motivational video, another speech that promises to inspire and change my life. Well, let me tell you, this one is different. Because this time, you're not just going to hear it, you're going to feel it. You're going to embrace it, and you're going to make it your reality. Now, I'm not here to fill your ears with pretty words or easy promises. I'm here to speak directly to your soul, to remind you of what you're truly capable of, to help you step into the power that lies dormant inside of you, waiting to explode. You have greatness within you, but too often you've been distracted by the noise of the world. The chaos, the doubts, the fears, the limiting beliefs. It's time to silence all of that. It's time to hear your own voice, the voice that tells you you can do anything you set your mind to. You've got dreams. I know you do. You've got a vision of what your life could be like, of what you could achieve, of the person you could become. But there's always that little voice, sometimes loud, sometimes quiet, that tells you it's not possible, or worse, that you don't deserve it. When we tell you something, that voice is a liar. You deserve everything you've ever dreamed of. But more than that, you are capable of achieving everything you've ever dreamed of. You just have to believe it. You just have to claim it. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent. It's not luck. It's not intelligence. This is a decision to take action, to persist, to keep moving forward when everything inside you tells you to stop. It's the mindset that says, I will not be denied. And once you adopt that mindset, once you decide that failure is simply a stepping stone and not a dead end, there's nothing that can stop you. But here's the hard truth. There are no shortcuts to success. There's no magic formula. There's no quick fix. If you want something badly enough, if you want to make your dreams a reality, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to put in the hours. You're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to push through the days when you feel like giving up, when you feel like you're not making progress, when you wonder if it's all worth it. And here's the thing, those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that build the strength you need to reach the next level. I know you've been knocked down. I know you've faced setbacks, failures, rejections. Maybe you've even hit rock bottom. But let me tell you something, rock bottom isn't the end. It's the beginning. It's the place where you can rise from the ashes and become the person you were always meant to be. You see, failure is not a reflection of who you are. It's simply a reflection of what you've done so far. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to improve. Failure is not final unless you let it be. I don't care how many times you've failed in the past. I don't care how many people have told you it's impossible. I don't care how many obstacles stand in your way right now. You can rise above them all. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you believe. And the moment you stop listening to the critics, the doubters, and even your own inner fears is the moment you will unleash a power within you that you never knew existed. This year, 2024, is your year. It's the year you finally stop procrastinating. It's the year you stop making excuses. It's the year you start taking massive action. It's the year you become unstoppable. But in order to do that, you have to get real with yourself. You have to stop lying to yourself about what you're capable of. You've got to stop blaming others for your circumstances. You've got to stop playing the victim and start playing the victor. It's time to take ownership of your life, your choices, and your future. Success isn't about talent. It's about consistency. It's about discipline. It's about doing the things that others aren't willing to do, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about showing up every single day, putting in the work, and never giving up no matter how many times you get knocked down. You see, most people only take action when they feel like it, when they feel motivated, when everything is going well, when they feel inspired. But let me tell you something, motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. It's unreliable. That's why consistency is the key to success. You have to show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when you'd rather do anything else. That's where true growth happens. That's where true transformation takes place. Now, I know it's easy to get caught up in the idea of overnight success. We live in a world that promotes instant gratification, where we think we can have anything we want right now. But the reality is that success takes time. It takes effort. It takes persistence. And the ones who succeed are the ones who are willing to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes. There will be times when you feel like giving up. There will be times when you feel like you're not making progress, like your efforts are in vain. But let me remind you of something. The only way to guarantee failure is to quit. And if you're still breathing, if you're still standing, if you're still moving forward, then you haven't failed yet. You're just one step closer to your breakthrough. The road to success isn't easy. It's not smooth. It's filled with obstacles, challenges, and setbacks. But here's the secret. Every obstacle, every challenge, every setback is a gift. It's an opportunity to grow stronger, to become more resilient, to build character. So the universe's way of testing your commitment, your resolve, and your determination. And every time you push through, you get closer to your goal. Success is not for the faint of heart. It's not for those who are looking for an easy way out. It's for those who are willing to work for it, to sweat for it, to bleed for it. It's for those who are willing to take risks, to step outside their comfort zone and to face their fears head on. It's for those who are willing to get uncomfortable, to endure the pain, the sacrifice, and the uncertainty because they know that on the other side of that discomfort lies everything they've ever wanted. But here's the most important thing you need to know. It's all worth it. Every ounce of effort, every drop of sweat, every moment of doubt will be worth it when you finally achieve your dreams. And when you get there, you won't just feel proud of what you've accomplished, you'll feel empowered by what you've become. Because the real reward isn't just the success you achieve, it's the person you become in the process. I want you to think about your goals. Really think about them. What do you want to accomplish in 2024? What does your ideal life look like? What kind of person do you want to become? Now, I want you to imagine that you've already achieved those things. You've already accomplished your goals. You've already become the person you want to be. How does it feel? How does it feel to have everything you've ever dreamed of? Now, I want you to remember something. That feeling is within your reach. You don't need to wait for it to happen. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect set of circumstances. You create that feeling by taking action, by showing up every single day, by refusing to give up no matter how hard it gets. You create that feeling by deciding right now that you are going to take control of your life and make your dreams a reality. The road ahead won't be easy, but nothing worth having ever is. And I promise you, if you stay the course, if you keep pushing forward, if you refuse to let anything or anyone stand in your way, 2024 will be the year that everything changes for you. The only person who can stop you is you. You are the only one who can hold yourself back. So ask yourself, what are you waiting for? Why are you letting fear, doubt, and uncertainty dictate your future? It's time to take the reins. It's time to claim your destiny. You've got this. Now go make it happen. The speech emphasizes that success begins with belief in oneself. You must trust in your abilities, silence self-doubt, and reject limiting beliefs to unlock your true potential. Failure is not the end, but a stepping stone to success. The speech encourages embracing setbacks as opportunities for learning, resilience, and personal growth. Success is built on consistent effort, not fleeting motivation. The speech highlights the importance of showing up every day, even when it's tough, and staying disciplined over time. The speech calls for personal accountability, urging individuals to stop blaming external factors and take full responsibility for their actions, decisions, and the direction of their lives. The key to achieving goals is continuous action. The speech stresses that success comes to those who are willing to put in the hard work, push through discomfort, and persist despite challenges. The power of belief and mindset is one of the most critical forces in shaping your life. The way you think, the way you see yourself, and the way you approach challenges all stem from your mindset. It's not just about positive thinking or motivation, it's about cultivating a belief system that supports your goals, your dreams, and your purpose. The belief you hold about your abilities, your worth, and your potential determines the actions you take, the risk you are willing to embrace, and the obstacles you overcome. If you believe you can achieve greatness, your mind will guide you in ways that bring that vision to reality. But if you doubt yourself, if you allow negative beliefs to take root, then no matter how hard you work, you will always be fighting against the limiting power of your own thoughts. What's important to realize is that belief isn't something that's handed to you by others or something that comes naturally in every moment. Belief is cultivated. It's built through repetition, through exposure to experiences, and through the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you are capable of achieving. It doesn't matter where you come from or what your circumstances have been up until now. What matters is what you choose to believe about your potential going forward. Your mindset is like the lens through which you view the world. It colors everything you perceive and dictates your response to the circumstances of your life. When you have a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, not as obstacles that define your worth or limit your future. You understand that failure is not an indication of your inability, but rather a lesson in what needs to be improved. When you believe in yourself, you become more resourceful, more creative, and more persistent in your pursuit of success. You learn how to reframe situations in a way that empowers you instead of holding you back. But the truth is, many people live with a fixed mindset. They believe that their abilities, intelligence, or potential are predetermined, fixed, and unchangeable. This belief limits their growth because they are too afraid to take risks, make mistakes, or step out of their comfort zones. A fixed mindset tells you that failure means you're not good enough. A growth mindset, on the other hand, tells you that failure is just a part of the process and an essential tool for learning. Your mind has the power to shape the reality you experience, but you must be intentional in how you choose to use it. The stories we tell ourselves about who we are incredibly powerful. Many times, these stories come from past experiences or what others have said to us. But those stories don't define us. They only have the power we allow them to have. It's possible to rewrite the narrative, to challenge the beliefs that no longer serve you, and to create a new, empowering story about who you are and what you are capable of. If you believe that you are capable of achieving your dreams, your actions will reflect that belief. You'll take risks, push through fear, and continue moving forward despite setbacks. On the other hand, if you believe you are not worthy or not capable, your actions will mirror that belief, and you will self-sabotage, make excuses, and avoid taking action when it matters most. It's crucial to recognize that belief isn't just about thinking positively. Positive thinking alone won't create results. What truly matters is how you act in alignment with those beliefs. A belief in your potential doesn't just show up in your thoughts, it shows up in your actions. It shows up in your decision-making, your persistence, and your resilience in the face of adversity. If you believe in your ability to succeed, you will act with confidence even when the path is unclear. If you doubt your potential, you will hesitate and second-guess every decision you make. The power of belief is also about understanding that it's never too late to change the narrative of your life. Too often, people think that the time to achieve greatness has passed, that they're too old, too inexperienced, or too far gone to make a change. But the truth is that belief doesn't come with an expiration date. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out on a new path, or if you've stumbled along the way. What matters is your willingness to believe in yourself and take action toward the future you want to create. Age, background, and past failures do not determine your future unless you allow them to. Your belief is what will fuel the next chapter of your life. One of the most important aspects of belief is that it fuels resilience. Life is unpredictable. You'll face setbacks, challenges, and unexpected obstacles. But when you have belief in yourself and your abilities, you are more likely to stay committed to your goals, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. It's the belief that even in the darkest moments, there is always a way forward. It's the belief that every obstacle is an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to grow stronger. It's the belief that no matter what happens, you will continue to move toward your vision with courage and determination. Belief also goes hand in hand with self-confidence. When you believe in yourself, you become more confident in your decisions, your actions, and your ability to face challenges. You stop second-guessing yourself and start trusting in your instincts. Confidence comes from a deep understanding that you are capable, that you have what it takes, and that you can figure out whatever comes your way. It doesn't mean that you will never feel uncertain or insecure, but it does mean that you know you have the tools and resources to navigate whatever challenges arise. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's a byproduct of believing in yourself and taking action toward your goals. In the face of adversity, it's easy to let fear take over. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But the truth is, fear is a product of your mind. It is a natural response to uncertainty, but it doesn't have to control you. When you believe in yourself and have a strong mindset, you can confront fear head-on. You can acknowledge it, understand it, and use it as fuel to keep moving forward. Fear becomes a companion on your journey, not an obstacle that stops you in your tracks. When you believe you can handle whatever comes your way, fear loses its power over you. It's also important to recognize that your belief in yourself isn't dependent on the approval of others. Many people hold themselves back because they seek external validation, waiting for others to tell them they're good enough or capable enough. But when you understand that your worth and your potential aren't determined by the opinions of others, you can finally free yourself from the shackles of self-doubt and comparison. You no longer need to seek permission or approval. You know within yourself that you are enough. You are capable. You are worthy of success. Your belief in yourself is also linked to your ability to visualize your success. When you have a strong belief system, you can picture yourself achieving your goals. You can see yourself walking confidently into the future, taking the steps needed to make your dreams come true. Visualization is a powerful tool because it connects your mind to your body, making your vision feel real and attainable. When you can see it in your mind, it becomes more than just a distant hope. It becomes a reality that you are actively working toward every day. The power of belief isn't something that you can simply turn on overnight. It takes time, effort, and practice. Just like any skill, belief requires consistent nurturing. You have to guard your thoughts, be intentional with your mindset, and take deliberate actions that align with your vision. Surround yourself with people who support and uplift you. Avoid the negativity and the people who tell you it's impossible. Instead, immerse yourself in environments that foster growth, positivity, and possibility. Read books that inspire you, listen to podcasts that motivate you, and consume content that reinforces your belief in yourself and your potential. And perhaps most importantly, you have to believe that you are worthy of success. Too often, people hold back because they feel they don't deserve it. They think that greatness is reserved for someone else, someone more talented or more deserving. But that belief is simply a lie. Success, happiness, and fulfillment are not reserved for a select few. They are available to anyone who is willing to believe in themselves, put in the effort, and persist until they achieve their goals. You are worthy of everything you desire. Your dreams are meant to come true, and the only thing standing between you and those dreams is the belief that you can achieve them. When you adopt a mindset of belief, everything in your life begins to shift. Your confidence increases, your resilience strengthens, and your ability to overcome obstacles expands. Belief is the foundation of everything you will accomplish. And once you understand the immense power of belief, you will realize that it's not just about achieving your goals. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be, the person who believes in their worth, their potential, and their ability to change the world around them. Failure is often seen as the ultimate setback, something to avoid at all costs. It's a word that carries with it connotations of disappointment, defeat, and loss. Society often paints failure as something negative, a mark of incompetence or inadequacy. But what if we shifted our perspective? What if we began to see failure not as a roadblock, but as an essential part of growth, a tool for learning, and a stepping stone to success? Failure is not the opposite of success. It is an integral part of it. In fact, failure is where growth happens. The most successful people in the world didn't get to where they are by avoiding failure. They got there by learning from it, embracing it, and using it to fuel their progress. One of the first things we need to understand about failure is that it is not permanent. The fear of failure often stems from the belief that failure is a final judgment on our abilities, that it's a reflection of who we are as people. But failure doesn't define you. It's simply a temporary experience, a moment in time that in the grand scheme of things holds no lasting power unless you allow it to. Every time you fail, you are given an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. The key is to reframe failure as a process, a necessary part of the journey towards success, rather than as a personal flaw or a permanent setback. In reality, failure is not the end of the road. It is simply a lesson in disguise. When you fail, you gain insight into what doesn't work. You discover what needs to be changed, refined, or adjusted. This information is invaluable. It's through failure that you gain clarity about your strengths and weaknesses, your capabilities and limitations. Without failure, you would never have the feedback you need to improve. Think about it when you succeed. Everything feels great, but there's little room for growth. Success can be complacent. It can lull you into believing that the path you're on is the only path. But failure forces you to reassess, to evaluate, and to pivot. It's a wake-up call, a reminder that the path to success is not linear. It's full of twists, turns, and challenges that require resilience, creativity, and persistence. It's important to realize that failure is not a reflection of your abilities. It doesn't mean you're incapable or unworthy. It simply means that in that moment, the approach you took didn't yield the desired result. That's it. The person who learns from failure is the person who comes out stronger, wiser, and more determined. You see, failing doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. It makes you someone who is willing to take risks, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to pursue something that matters. Without failure, there would be no opportunity to grow into the person you're meant to become. Each time you fail, you're one step closer to mastering whatever skill or goal you're striving for. One of the most powerful aspects of failure is that it builds resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after adversity, to keep moving forward despite setbacks. When you fail and choose to rise again, you build mental toughness. You learn that you can handle disappointment, that you can face challenges, and that you can get back on your feet no matter how many times life knocks you down. This resilience is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who give up too soon. It's easy to keep going when everything is going well, but the real test comes when you face adversity. How you respond to failure is what determines your future success. Will you let it defeat you, or will you use it as fuel to drive you even harder toward your goals? Another powerful lesson that failure teaches is the importance of persistence. It's easy to give up when things aren't going your way. It's easy to throw in the towel when the road gets tough. But success is often about who can persist the longest, who can keep going when the odds are stacked against them. Failure teaches you to keep going, even when it seems like there's no way forward. It teaches you to trust in the process, to have faith that if you keep pushing, you will eventually break through. Every time you fail and keep going, you're building the muscle of perseverance. And over time, this muscle becomes stronger, making you even more unstoppable. Failure also teaches you the value of adaptation. It forces you to think creatively, to explore new ideas, and to find innovative solutions. When things don't go as planned, it's a sign that you need to try something different. Failure can spark new perspectives and ideas that you may have never considered before. It encourages you to step outside of your usual ways of thinking and to experiment with new strategies. In this sense, failure becomes a catalyst for innovation. It's not something to fear, but something to embrace as an opportunity to find better, more effective ways of achieving your goals. The most successful people are those who are willing to fail multiple times, each time coming back with new ideas, new approaches, and a deeper understanding of what works and what doesn't. In many ways, failure is a teacher. It's a mentor that shows you what doesn't work and gives you the wisdom to know what to do differently next time. But this lesson only works if you are willing to learn from it. Many people fail and then blame external circumstances or others for their misfortune. They refuse to look at their own actions and ask themselves, what can I learn from this? When you take responsibility for your failures, you take control of your growth. You don't wait for someone else to show you the way. You actively seek the lessons in every failure so you can improve and move forward. This is what separates those who grow from their failures from those who stay stuck in the same patterns. Failure is only permanent if you choose to stop learning from it. It's also important to realize that failure doesn't mean you're going in the wrong direction. Sometimes failure happens even when you're on the right path. It's easy to think that failure means you've made the wrong choice or that you should give up entirely. But failure can occur even when you're doing everything right. It's just part of the process. There will be moments when you fall short despite your best efforts. These moments are not signs that you're on the wrong path. They are simply part of the journey. Every successful person has faced failure along the way. It's how you respond to failure that matters most. Do you give up and walk away, or do you get up, dust yourself off, and keep going? Those who embrace failure as a learning opportunity are the ones who go on to achieve their dreams. Moreover, failure teaches humility. It reminds us that no matter how skilled, talented, or capable we are all still learning. No one has it all figured out. There's always room for growth, always room to improve. Failure keeps us grounded and reminds us that success is not guaranteed, that it takes hard work, perseverance, and constant adaptation. It teaches us not to take our successes for granted and to stay hungry for more learning and improvement. As you embrace failure, it's important to develop a healthy relationship with it. Too often, people view failure as something to fear, something that should be avoided at all costs. But this mindset only limits you. If you view failure as an enemy, you'll always be afraid to take risks, to try new things, or to push beyond your comfort zone. But when you embrace failure, you transform it into a tool that helps you become better. You stop seeing it as a sign of inadequacy and start seeing it as a stepping stone to mastery. The process of embracing failure requires vulnerability. It requires you to be open to the idea that you don't know everything, that you don't have all the answers, and that you may not succeed on the first try. But vulnerability is where true growth happens. When you allow yourself to fail, you open the door to endless possibilities. You open yourself up to learning and discovering what you're truly capable of. It doesn't hold power over you unless you let it. But when you choose to learn from it, grow from it, and keep moving forward, you transform failure from an obstacle into one of your greatest tools for success. Consistency is the key to achieving long-term success, and yet it is often overshadowed by the pursuit of motivation. People tend to think that success is built on bursts of motivation, on moments of inspiration where everything clicks into place and they suddenly feel capable of conquering the world. But motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes in waves, often tied to external circumstances or emotional states. The real secret to achieving greatness lies not in waiting for motivation to strike, but in cultivating the discipline and consistency to keep moving forward, even when motivation seems distant. Motivation is like a spark. It can ignite passion and drive, but it doesn't sustain a fire. Consistency, on the other hand, is the fuel that keeps the flame burning over time. It is the habit of showing up every single day, regardless of how you feel, regardless of whether you're in the mood or whether the circumstances are ideal. The ability to keep going when the initial excitement is worn off, when the path gets hard, and when challenges arise, that's where the real power lies. It's easy to start something when you're fired up, but the real test is whether you can continue on the journey even when the enthusiasm fades and the reality of hard work sets in. One of the most important things to understand about consistency is that it isn't about doing everything perfectly every day. It's not about making grand leaps or achieving huge milestones every single moment. Consistency is about showing up and putting in the effort, even when progress feels slow or invisible. It's about taking small steps day after day that add up to significant growth over time. These small actions compound and create momentum that eventually leads to breakthroughs, but only if you're willing to commit to them consistently. You may not see immediate results, and that can be discouraging, but the key is to trust the process. The progress you're making now might not be visible, but every time you show up, you are building something much greater than you can see in the moment. It's essential to reframe the way you view progress. Too many people give up on their goals because they don't see results quickly enough. They start something new, they give it their best effort for a few days or weeks, and then when they don't get the instant results they hope for, they lose motivation and quit. But success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and persistence. It's like planting a seed. You can't expect it to grow into a tree in a matter of days. You have to nurture it consistently, watering it, tending to it, and trusting that with time, it will bloom. This same principle applies to your goals and dreams. You must stay consistent, even when you don't see immediate evidence of your efforts paying off. Another critical aspect of consistency is developing habits. Success is often the result of habits that you cultivate over time. These are the daily actions that you take, the routines you build, and the small tasks that you perform consistently day in and day out. Habits are powerful because they become automatic. When you develop a habit, you no longer have to rely on motivation to take action. It becomes a part of who you are. Whether it's exercising, writing, studying, or working on your craft, once you have built consistency into your routine, it becomes second nature. Motivation, in this sense, becomes irrelevant because you don't need to wait for it to strike. You simply show up and do the work. The challenge with relying on motivation is that it's unpredictable. Some days you wake up feeling ready to take on the world, while other days you feel exhausted, uninspired, or overwhelmed. If you only acted when you felt motivated, you would never make meaningful progress toward your goals. Consistency is what allows you to keep moving forward on the days when motivation is nowhere to be found. It's about developing the discipline to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. This is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up halfway through the process. In many ways, consistency is about creating momentum. Think of it like pushing a boulder uphill. At first, it takes a lot of effort, and it may feel like you're not getting anywhere. But the more consistently you push, the easier it becomes. The boulder starts to move, and then it starts to roll on its own. The effort you put in at the beginning may seem like it's not making a difference, but eventually the consistency pays off, and the results start to compound. You begin to see the progress you've made, and that momentum fuels you to keep going, making the next step a little bit easier than the last. The key to building consistency is starting small. When you're trying to create a new habit or make progress toward a goal, It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of the task ahead of you, but you don't have to do everything at once. Focus on one small step at a time. Break down your goals into manageable chunks and commit to doing just a little bit each day. These small, consistent actions will add up over time and lead to significant progress. You don't have to do it all today. Just focus on showing up, doing something, and making forward progress no matter how small. Over time, these small actions will compound and lead to massive results. Consistency also teaches you patience. In a world that values instant gratification, it can be difficult to accept that success takes time. But the reality is that the most meaningful achievements are the ones that require persistence and patience. You may not see immediate results, but that doesn't mean you're not making progress. Every time you show up, you are one step closer to your goal. It's easy to get frustrated when things aren't happening as quickly as you'd like, but remember that success is a long-term game. It's about playing the long game, about committing to the process and trusting that with consistent effort, you will get there eventually. Another benefit of consistency is that it helps to build self-discipline. Discipline is the ability to stay focused on your goals and take the necessary actions even when it's difficult. It's about doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Consistency is the foundation of self-discipline because it requires you to show up day after day and put in the effort. Over time, this creates a strong sense of self-control and focus, making it easier to stay on track and avoid distractions. When you are consistent in your efforts, you develop the mental toughness to keep going, even when obstacles arise. When you commit to consistency, you also build resilience. There will be days when you feel like giving up, when life throws curveballs your way, or when things don't go according to plan. But the ability to stay consistent, despite the challenges, is what builds resilience. It's about developing the strength to continue moving forward no matter how difficult the journey may seem. Every time you push through adversity and continue showing up, you build emotional and mental resilience that prepares you for future challenges. The more consistent you are, the more capable you become of handling the obstacles and setbacks that will inevitably arise on your path to success. One of the most powerful benefits of consistency is that it builds trust in yourself. When you are consistent in your actions, you send a message to yourself that you are capable, reliable, and committed to your goals. This self-trust is crucial for achieving long-term success. When you trust yourself, you are more likely to take bold actions, make decisions with confidence, and remain committed to your goals, even when the journey gets tough. Trust in yourself comes from consistently showing up, doing the work, and following through on your commitments. It's not about waiting for motivation. It's about proving to yourself that you can rely on your own efforts to create the life you desire. When you focus on consistency over motivation, you also stop relying on external circumstances to dictate your actions. Motivation often depends on how you feel or what's going on around you, but consistency is independent of external factors. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or for everything to align before taking action. When you prioritize consistency, you create your own momentum, regardless of the circumstances. This mindset shift is incredibly powerful because it gives you full control over your progress. You don't have to wait for motivation to strike you. Create your own drive by committing to consistent action. Lastly, consistency fosters a sense of accomplishment. The more consistently you work toward your goals, the more you begin to see tangible results. Each step, no matter how small, is a victory. And when you look back on your journey, you'll see the progress you've made, and that will motivate you to keep going. Consistency builds confidence because it proves to you that you are capable of achieving your dreams through steady, determined effort. It's the quiet, behind-the-scenes work that leads to the most powerful transformations. Success isn't about flashy moments or bursts of motivation. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and allowing your consistent efforts to compound into something extraordinary. Taking ownership and responsibility is one of the most empowering decisions you can make in your life. It shifts you from being a passive observer of your circumstances to becoming the active creator of your reality. In a world where it's easy to blame external factors or other people for our setbacks, taking ownership puts you in the driver's seat of your life. It gives you the power to change, to grow, and to take control of your destiny. When you own your decisions, your actions, and the outcomes, you stop being a victim of life and start becoming its master. At the core of ownership is the understanding that you are responsible for your thoughts, your actions, and your responses to the world around you. This means that regardless of external circumstances, you are ultimately in charge of how you show up in your life. It's a shift in mindset that can be incredibly liberating. Once you realize that you are in control of your own journey, you no longer feel powerless in the face of challenges. You realize that you have the tools, the choices, and the ability to turn things around whenever you decide to. You can choose to take responsibility for your situation, and you can choose to make the changes necessary to improve your life. Taking ownership means not pointing fingers or assigning blame to others. It means acknowledging that you are the one who made the choices that led you to where you are. Whether those choices were conscious or unconscious, you are responsible for them. Instead of shifting the blame, you ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I do better moving forward? This mindset is crucial because when you take full responsibility for your life, you stop making excuses and start taking action. You stop looking for someone or something to blame, and instead you focus on what you can do to change your situation. The first step in taking ownership is to acknowledge that you are in control of your reactions and decisions. No one can make you feel a certain way. No one can force you to act a certain way. How you respond to the world around you is entirely up to you. This doesn't mean that bad things won't happen to you or that you will never experience hardship. What it means is that you have the power to control how you react to those situations. When you take responsibility for your reactions, you stop being at the mercy of external forces. You realize that you have a choice in how you respond to every situation, and that this choice is where your true power lies. There's immense freedom in taking responsibility for your life because it empowers you to make change. If you are always blaming others or blaming external circumstances for your situation, you have no control over your life. You're simply at the mercy of the world around you. But when you take ownership, you give yourself the ability to change course, to make decisions, and to adapt to any situation. You understand that your life is a direct result of the choices you've made up to this point, and that gives you the power to make different choices going forward. The future is no longer something that happens to you. It becomes something that you create with your actions and decisions today. Taking responsibility also means acknowledging the areas in your life where you have fallen short. We all make mistakes, and that's okay. But when you take ownership, you don't make excuses for those mistakes. You own up to them, you learn from them, you grow from them. It's easy to deny our mistakes, to cover them up, or to blame someone else for them, but that only keeps us stuck. Ownership requires you to be honest with yourself, to be accountable for your actions, and to face the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Once you take responsibility for your mistakes, you can learn from them, adjust your behavior, and move forward with greater wisdom and clarity. When you take ownership, you also take control of your self-esteem. Self-worth is built from within. And when you take responsibility for your actions, you build confidence in your ability to shape your life. It's not about being perfect, it's about being willing to be honest, to learn, and to keep improving. When you take ownership of your life, you stop giving your power away to other people or situations. You stop depending on others to validate your worth, and instead you build your self-esteem by owning your actions and making choices that align with your values and goals. You become proud of the person you are becoming because you know that you are in control and that you are taking the necessary steps to create the life you want. Taking responsibility also requires an understanding that your success or failure is not determined by the circumstances you face, but by the way you handle those circumstances. Life will always throw obstacles in your way, whether it's challenges in your career, relationship struggles, or personal setbacks. But how you respond to those obstacles is what truly matters. If you choose to give up or make excuses, then you are relinquishing control of your life. However, if you take ownership and choose to face those challenges head-on, you regain control. You realize that your circumstances do not define you, your actions do. By taking responsibility for your life, you turn every challenge into an opportunity to learn and grow. You recognize that there is no failure, only feedback, and you use each obstacle as a stepping stone to move closer to your goals. Taking ownership also means embracing the fact that you are the one who sets the direction for your life. Many people go through life allowing others to dictate their path. They allow external influences such as family, friends, or societal expectations to tell them what they should do and who they should be. But when you take full ownership of your life, you stop letting others control your narrative. You decide what success looks like for you, and you take the necessary steps to achieve it. You stop living according to someone else's definition of happiness or success, and instead create your own path. This is where true fulfillment lies, in living a life that is true to yourself, your values, and your dreams. In taking responsibility, you also recognize the importance of your mindset. The way you think about yourself and your life plays a huge role in your ability to take ownership. If you have a victim mindset, you'll always find reasons to blame external factors for your problems. But if you have a growth mindset, you'll see every challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow. A growth mindset allows you to take ownership of your life because it empowers you to believe that you can change and improve. It helps you see that every obstacle is temporary and that you have the capacity to overcome it, learn from it, and become better because of it. Additionally, taking ownership means that you hold yourself accountable for your goals. It's easy to set goals and have big dreams, but without consistent effort and accountability, they remain just that, dreams. When you take responsibility for your goals, you create a plan and take consistent action to move toward them. You don't wait for motivation to strike, and you don't make excuses when things get tough. Instead, you hold yourself accountable every day, making small, intentional steps toward your desired outcome. You understand that the journey to success is built on consistency, effort, and responsibility. Accountability is a powerful tool in taking ownership of your life. It's easy to let yourself off the hook when no one else is watching. But when you are accountable to yourself, you create a sense of discipline and responsibility that leads to progress. Accountability keeps you on track, helps you stay focused, and ensures that you're making consistent progress toward your goals. When you take full ownership of your life, you recognize the importance of holding yourself accountable to the promises you make to yourself. You stop relying on external factors or other people to keep you in line. You become your own biggest motivator, and in doing so, you take control of your success. Taking responsibility also means embracing the concept of personal growth. Life is a journey of learning, evolving, and improving. When you take ownership, you stop looking for ways to avoid discomfort, and instead, you lean into it. You recognize that growth happens outside of your comfort zone, and you willingly embrace the challenges that come with that. Taking ownership of your growth means constantly looking for ways to improve yourself, whether through learning new skills, developing better habits, or expanding your mindset. You take responsibility for your own growth and recognize that it is an ongoing process that requires effort, dedication, and a willingness to embrace change. In the end, taking ownership is about being empowered to shape your own destiny. It's about recognizing that you are in control of your life, your choices, and your future. When you take responsibility for your actions, decisions, and responses, you take control of your circumstances. You stop playing the victim and start becoming the hero of your own story. You stop blaming others and start creating the life you want. Taking ownership means that you are no longer a passive participant in life. You are an active creator of your own reality. It's the key to unlocking your full potential and achieving lasting success and fulfillment. Commitment to action and perseverance are the two pillars that underpin success in any endeavor. While ideas and plans are important, they are merely stepping stones to achieving a goal. What truly separates those who succeed from those who falter is the ability to stay committed to taking action and to keep going in the face of adversity. These qualities are essential for overcoming obstacles, learning from failures, and eventually reaching the desired destination. It is not enough to simply dream about success or have a vision of the future without the commitment to take consistent action and the perseverance to keep moving forward. Those dreams will remain out of reach. Commitment to action starts with making a decision. It's about choosing to take responsibility for your goals and setting a clear intention to pursue them relentlessly. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of new ideas or aspirations, but the key to making those dreams a reality lies in consistently doing the work. Every action you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to where you want to be. The problem is that many people start with enthusiasm but fail to follow through. They may take action initially, but when things don't go as planned, they give up. They let obstacles derail them or lose sight of their purpose, and eventually they abandon their goals. However, those who succeed are the ones who commit themselves to action day in and day out. Commitment means doing the work even when it's difficult, uncomfortable, or inconvenient. It's about finding the discipline to take consistent steps forward, even when the initial excitement is worn off and the road ahead seems long and uncertain. Success doesn't happen because of a few great moments or bursts of energy. It happens because of the steady, consistent effort put in over time. When you are truly committed to your goals, you will keep moving forward even when the path is unclear, even when it feels like nothing is working. Taking action requires a willingness to step out of your comfort zone. Change is often difficult, and it's easy to fall into the trap of procrastination or inaction when things seem overwhelming or unfamiliar. But nothing significant happens without stepping outside of familiar territory. The longer you wait for the perfect moment or for the right circumstances, the further away your goals will remain. The truth is that there is no perfect moment. There is only the present moment, and the best time to take action is now. When you decide to commit to action, you are choosing to take the first step, even if you don't have all the answers or the resources you think you need. The key is to trust that once you begin, the path will unfold and you will find the strength and the tools needed along the way. Perseverance, on the other hand, is the ability to keep going when things get tough. It's about maintaining your commitment to the process even when the road is filled with obstacles, setbacks, or disappointments. Life will throw challenges your way, and there will be times when it feels like you're not making any progress no matter how hard you try. It is in these moments that perseverance becomes crucial. Perseverance is what separates those who succeed from those who quit. It's not about never failing, but about continuing to move forward despite the failures, the mistakes, and the setbacks. The key to perseverance is resilience, the ability to bounce back when things don't go as planned. Life is unpredictable, and no one is immune to challenges. But perseverance allows you to stay focused on the bigger picture, even when the immediate situation seems discouraging. It's about knowing that success is a journey, not a destination, and that every setback is just an opportunity to learn and grow. It's easy to quit when things get tough, but the true test of your character comes when you keep going, even when it feels like you're not making any progress. The ability to persevere in the face of adversity is what builds strength, character, and the resilience needed to overcome even the most difficult challenges. Commitment to action and perseverance also require a certain mindset. A growth mindset where you believe that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work is essential to maintaining commitment and perseverance. When you see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than as roadblocks, you develop the mental fortitude needed to keep going. This mindset allows you to embrace the process of learning and to remain open to change. It's the understanding that the difficulties you encounter are not signs of failure but stepping stones toward your success. Every time you face a challenge, you learn something new about yourself, about the process, and about how to get closer to your goals. One of the most powerful aspects of commitment and perseverance is that they build momentum. At first, the steps you take may seem small and progress may feel slow, but with consistent action, you begin to build momentum. This momentum can propel you forward when things get tough, and it can help you push through moments of doubt or fatigue. When you're fully committed to your goals, you create a cycle of positive momentum. You take action, you see progress, and the progress fuels your commitment to keep going. This momentum helps you stay focused and energized, and it gives you the confidence to keep moving forward no matter what. Commitment and perseverance also help to create a sense of purpose. When you are truly committed to something, it becomes more than just a goal, it becomes a mission. You have a deeper sense of why you are doing what you are doing. This sense of purpose is what keeps you going when the road gets rough. When you are connected to your why, you find strength in moments of weakness, and you find the courage to push through the toughest challenges. Your purpose becomes your guiding light, keeping you on course no matter what obstacles come your way. There are times when taking action and persevering will feel exhausting, and that's okay. Success is not about doing everything perfectly or never feeling tired. It's about doing the work and staying committed, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. The key is to avoid burnout. It's important to pace yourself and recognize that rest is just as important as action. Taking breaks, recharging, and allowing yourself time to recover is part of the process. Just because you're committed to action doesn't mean you have to work yourself into the ground. It's about finding the balance between effort and self-care so you can keep going without exhausting yourself. It's also important to remember that commitment to action and perseverance don't mean blindly following a path without reassessing or adapting. There will be times when your initial plan needs to be adjusted or reevaluated. Perseverance is not about stubbornly sticking to a course of action when it's clearly not working. It's about staying flexible and open to new strategies or ideas while still remaining focused on your ultimate goal. Being committed means being willing to pivot when necessary, learning from your mistakes, and finding new ways to keep moving forward. Commitment to action and perseverance also mean taking ownership of your progress. It's easy to look outside yourself for validation, for reasons why things aren't working, or for someone to tell you what to do next. But true success comes from taking responsibility for your journey. It's about understanding that you are the one who has the power to make the decisions that will lead to your success. If something is not working, it's up to you to figure out why and make the necessary changes. By taking ownership of your progress, you take control of your destiny and position yourself to achieve your goals. In addition to perseverance and commitment, it's essential to cultivate patience. Achieving success takes time, and the road is rarely smooth. There will be moments when it feels like everything is working against you, and that's where patience comes in. It's the ability to continue taking action even when the results aren't immediate. Patience allows you to trust the process and stay focused on the long-term vision. When you're patient, you can see beyond the short-term setbacks and keep working toward the bigger picture. It's a reminder that the most worthwhile achievements take time and that every step you take brings you closer to your goal. As you continue on your journey, remember that commitment to action and perseverance are not just about achieving external success, they are about personal growth and self-mastery. Each challenge you face, each failure you encounter, and each setback you overcome contributes to your growth as an individual. These qualities build resilience, character, and a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing that you have the strength to keep going no matter what. The true reward of commitment and perseverance is not just the achievement of your goals, but the transformation you undergo in the process. Through consistent action and unwavering perseverance, you become a stronger, wiser, and more capable version of yourself.